Bobby Fields was an outstanding professional basketball player for the Charlotte organization in the National Basketball Association. He averaged over 10 points per game, was one of the best players on his team. He was a team leader, and he was a great community leader. On January 12th, 2000, Bobby Fields was killed while he was drag racing with his teammate, David Wesley, at approximately 11 a.m. They had just finished a shoot-around. They were going to play the Boston Celtics later that night. Less than a mile from the Charlotte Coliseum, Bobby lost control of his Porsche convertible, 993 convertible, and skidded into oncoming traffic. The skid marks were more than 300 feet long. He was going approximately 80 miles an hour in a 45-mile zone. When he skidded into oncoming traffic, he was killed instantly. Bobby was in the third year of a $33 million contract, so his family lost approximately $20 million. Let's hear what some people had to say about Bobby Fields. Bobby Fields volunteered for children's charities, and he was active in the community. He was a finalist for the NBA Sportsmanship Award, and he started the Bobby Fields Educational Foundation. His college coach, Ben Jobe, said Bobby was a special person. He could have been one of the foremost leaders in the country. He had brain power. He had a great family background. He had everything. Clay Mosher, an assistant coach, when Bobby played for the CBA Sioux Falls Skyforce, said Bobby was a treasure to be around. The Southern University Chancellor, Edward R. Jackson, said, "We are deeply saddened by the tragic loss of this outstanding human being. This young man represented the very best of Southern University. He was not only a world-class athlete, but also a world-class humanitarian." Cleveland Cavaliers GM Wayne Embry said Bobby was all that you would want in a human being. He had extremely high character. He was a family man. I can't tell you what he meant to the Cavaliers. If there was a person you would want to be a role model for your children, it's Bobby Fields. NBA Commissioner David Stern said Fields was a caring member of the community. What I want you to understand is Bobby Fields was a good guy. He wasn't a bad guy. Matter of fact, he was a great guy. He was a role model. He was one of the finest in the NBA. But he made a bad choice. He and his teammate, David Wesley, they decided they were going to drag race. They were going to go to the restaurant. Whoever lost the race would have to buy lunch. These are guys who make millions of dollars per year. So it wasn't about the $15 it would cost them for lunch. It was just the fact that they were guys being guys, and they were competitive. They wanted to win. They didn't want to lose. They both had fast cars. And what happened? Bobby Fields lived for the moment. The principle I want you to learn is, if you live for the moment will pass, and you will regret it. If you live for the moment will pass, and you will regret it. Let's think about that. Maybe you're tempted to cheat in class. You want to look off somebody else's paper. You're living for the moment. Because if you cheat off somebody else's paper, guess what? You're going to lose. Oh, you might pass the question on the test. You might get the grade. You won't know anything. You're the loser. When you finally get out of there, you got a dull axe. You're not prepared to do any work. You don't know because you cheated. Perhaps you're tempted to steal something, to take something that doesn't belong to you. If you do that, you're living for the moment. And the moment will pass, and you'll regret it. Even if you steal something and you're not caught, you'll feel bad about it. You'll know that you're a thief. You'll know that you were dishonest. You'll know that you're not trustworthy. You got to live with that. And if other people know it, then you've got to live with a reputation that says, well, you can't trust him. You better keep your eye on him. See, if you live for the moment will pass, and you will regret it. Two young people could be in the back seat of a car on a date. The windows are fogging up. They're in the backseat of a car on a date, reading scripture. That's what you do in the backseat of a car on a date anyway, right? All right, well, anyway, what am I saying? I'm saying if you live for the moment will pass and you can regret it. Remember, we talked about earlier, you get to make choices. Then your choices make you. We talked about you make choices. You don't get to choose the consequences. Bobby Fields was not a bad guy, but he made a bad choice. A good guy made a bad choice, and he got bad consequences. If you live for the moment will pass, and you will regret it. Thanks for listening to this lesson. I hope you'll make